Hey everyone, want to bake a show-stopping dessert that's easier than it looks? This brownie chocolate mousse cake is guaranteed to impress. Don't be intimidated by its beauty. This cake is surprisingly simple to make. We'll guide you through every step. Let's go into the details of the cake first. The base is a layer of moist, fudgy chocolate brownies, studded with bits of crunchy walnuts and chunks of rich dark chocolate. At the heart of the cake lies a lush, creamy, smooth, and velvety chocolate mousse. To top it all off, we'll lavish it with smooth, dark chocolate ganache for an elegant finish. Are you ready to create homemade masterpiece that will have everyone asking for seconds? Ready, set, bake! Let's start to combine the dry ingredients, starting with 1 cup of superfine sugar, which has a smaller crystal size than regular granulated sugar. Next, add 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Sieve 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Also sieve 2/3 cup of Dutch processed cocoa powder. Pound about 3/4 cup of dark chocolate to make them into chunks. Add 3/4 cup of walnut chunks for that nice crunch. And finally, add half teaspoon of salt. Mix them using a whisk. And set it aside. Now, let's combine the wet ingredients in a large bowl. Start by whisking 2 eggs. Now add half cup plus 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract to add subtle hints of floral flavor. Finally, add 2 tablespoons of milk. The fat content in the milk contributes to a denser and more velvety texture, making the brownies melt in your mouth. Give it a good whisk, and now combine the wet with the dry ingredients. Gently fold the ingredients until they are well combined, but do not overmix. Now grease and flour the sides of a 9-inch cake pan, then slide a piece of parchment paper below. Pour the batter into the cake pan and spread it evenly throughout. Try to smooth the top of the batter as best as you can. To eliminate air bubbles, give the pan a few taps and shake it around. Now bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. After the oven door is closed, lower the temperature to 325 degrees Fahrenheit and bake for 30 to 35 minutes. You can also check the doneness of the brownies with a toothpick. It should come out a little crumbly or clean. Let the brownie cool to room temperature. Carefully remove the brownie from the cake pan. Using an 8-inch cake pan as a guide and a serrated knife, trim the edges of the brownie. You want it to have a smooth edges. Grease the bottom and the sides of an 8-inch cake pan and lay parchment paper on the bottom. Cut along a strip of wax paper and place it on the sides. And gently slide the brownie into the cake pan. To make the chocolate mousse, start by whisking 600 ml of heavy whipping cream. There are probably several ways to make mousse, but we found this method to be the easiest. Whip the cream until stiff but warm. Place the cream in the fridge while we melt some chocolates. Combine 300 grams of semi-sweet chocolate chips in a mixing bowl. Next, add 100 ml of milk. The simplest way to melt them is to use a microwave. Microwave on high for 30 seconds to 1 minute, depending on your microwave. Give it a good mix until the chocolate is fully melted and smooth. Meanwhile, combine a quarter cup of boiling water and 1½ teaspoon of gelatin powder. Then, just give it a good stir. Pour into the chocolate mixture and mix well. The gelatin acts as a stabilizer, trapping those air bubbles and preventing the mousse from collapsing. Now add the whipped cream about 2 cups at a time and fold gently. Make sure that the cream is fully incorporated with the chocolate. It's time to add the mousse on top of the brownie. Use a spatula or a dough scraper to smooth the top. And tap the pan a few times to remove the air bubbles. Refrigerate the cake for at least 4 hours to allow the mousse to harden. Before we add the ganache topping, let's remove the mousse from the cake pan. And remove the wax paper carefully. Let's smooth out some of the imperfections. Just take your time, and to me, this is very calming. Now, this has to be the easiest ganache recipe that you ever make, and you will only need 2 ingredients: 150 grams of dark chocolate chips and a ½ cup of whipping cream. Then microwave on high for 30 seconds. Now stir until the chocolate is well blended and smooth. Pour the chocolate ganache evenly over the top of the cake until the desired coverage is reached. Now you can decorate the cake however you want. We kept things simple by putting shaved almonds, crushed peanuts, and shredded coconut on top of the cake. You may want to refrigerate the cake again to ensure that the mousse is firm before serving. And that's about it. We hope you enjoyed this decadent cake recipe that combines the rich, fudgy goodness of brownies with the light and airy texture of chocolate mousse. We are salivating just looking at it. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and please give us a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Until then, we will see you next time for more quick, easy, and delicious recipes.